right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good evening, everyone. We are back here for another video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here as we take a look at, firstly, your radar picture. And as you can see, it is pretty quiet out there. We don't see much going on here. Sioux Falls area is, it's a nice sunny evening out there, about perfect temperature-wise. Temperatures are in the 70s. Same with Minnesota and Iowa, and then most of South Dakota. There are a couple spots, though, however, that I want to talk about. Firstly, here in southwestern South Dakota near Hot Springs, there is a cell there, rain shower, heavier cell there down towards Edgemont. And so that cell is in southwestern South Dakota right now, and it is moving in a northeasterly direction. Now, if you do notice on the loop here, a little while ago, this was a severe thunderstorm. As you can see that yellow box that was on the screen there, this was a severe thunderstorm a little bit earlier, southwest of Hot Springs, but it is non-severe at this point. They want to mention that. Farther to the south, I do want to mention this, in the far southwestern panhandle of Nebraska, there is a thunderstorm that is severe. This is down near the Pine Bluffs, Kimball area. This is in effect until 7:30. Radar indicated 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with this storm. This storm is moving in an easterly direction at about 25 miles per hour. So heads up if you got any folks in the southwestern corner of the panhandle of Nebraska. Counties in Nebraska, that would be, let me look here. That would be Kimball County. So Kimball County in Nebraska. That is the far edge of our coverage area. If you're in those areas in Kimball County, Nebraska, seek shelter immediately. A strong thunderstorm is moving through. Temperature-wise, did want to show that. Again, other than those couple of thunderstorm cells, we are not seeing anything else. Right now, 73 in Sioux Falls. It's very, very pleasant out there. Very nice evening. 66 up in Watertown, 75 in Huron, 73 in Aberdeen. It is warmer out to the west, 88 in Rapid City, and 81 out in Pierre, 86 in Spearfish. And then down into Nebraska, 79 in Scottsbluff, 88 in Chadron, 82 in Valentine, 81 in North Platte. And then into Iowa, 81 in Des Moines, 73 in Cedar Rapids, 73 in Spencer, 77 in Carroll, 79 in Sioux City. And into Minnesota, 72 in the cities, 68 in St. Cloud, 70 in Alexandria, 72 in Marshall, and 73 in Fairmont. So 70s and 80s, theme of this forecast today. It was a very nice day out there. Hopefully you guys were able to get out and enjoy it. Now, we're going to go ahead and look at a couple of other things, model runs, a couple of other things. But first, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
So real quick, I just wanted to go ahead and show this to you guys. There actually was a marginal risk of severe weather today. Far southwestern corner there of South Dakota. So southwestern Fall River County there. And that's where we did have that severe thunderstorm warning earlier. Eastern, southeastern corner of Wyoming there, Cheyenne included, and then the northeastern corner of Colorado, Fort Collins area, and then western panhandle of Nebraska, Scottsbluff there, Kimball. Those are the areas there. So we'll keep an eye on it for you this evening. And as, like I said, I'm covering it right now. Hail risk is there for small hail and strong gusty winds. After that, take a look tomorrow. There is a much bigger risk tomorrow in terms of geographical areas. There is a much wider zone for severe weather, but the risk is the same. It's a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk there. The lowest severe weather risk that we have. Rapid City, western South Dakota, Mulbridge, under this marginal risk, and then it goes up into North Dakota, Montana, Colorado, Wyoming, and into western Nebraska as well. So I do want to mention that we do have that. No tornado risk, some small hail risk, and some strong gusty winds possible. And then after that, the severe weather threat goes away. We just have a general thunderstorm risk, as you can see there. And after that, not seeing anything. So did want to mention that real briefly. Now let's jump to our models. Also briefly, I did want to mention that we did have some dense fog this morning. It was pretty thick. We did have some pretty thick dense fog this morning. There was dense fog advisories that were in effect. So hopefully you guys paid attention to that this morning. As again, there was quite a bit of fog this morning on my way to work this morning. And so this evening, again, thunderstorms will continue out west, Panhandle, Nebraska, southwestern South Dakota. And then that will fade out tonight. And then after that, could be some lingering showers overnight into the morning hours out west, Panhandle, and then western South Dakota. And then later afternoon, could be some isolated thunderstorms again developing out west, western South Dakota. But as of right now, not expected to be real strong. Now they could pack a punch, maybe here or there, maybe 1 or 2 cells could be severe. Marginal severe risk again for tomorrow. And then after that, looks like, according to what we're seeing here, not much happening after that. So that's your short-term outlook. Now if we look at the European model, curious what they are showing. Showing a little bit different, always shows a little bit different picture. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, isolated thunderstorms again out west. And then into Friday morning, could be some isolated thunderstorms up near the Watertown area, over into Marshall, Mankato areas there, and then maybe Sioux Falls by the early afternoon on Friday. Could be possible there. Maybe some light rain showers out west in western Nebraska, western South Dakota. And maybe some more thunderstorms developing Friday evening, north central South Dakota and North Dakota. Western South Dakota, certainly possible. Again, there's your thunderstorm activity that's possible there Friday night into Saturday morning. And then, as you can see there, again, Saturday afternoon, more thunderstorms hanging around. So it does look like from here on out, we will be entering a more active pattern as we go through the next few days. Things will be turning more active for more scattered rain and thunderstorm chances, and activity will increase. As you can see there by Sunday, more activity. South Dakota and Minnesota, Nebraska and Iowa are quad state region, and even some activity up in North Dakota. Sunday evening could be impacting Sioux Falls there, as you can see there. Saturday late afternoon, evening could impact Sioux Falls and surrounding areas there. And then after that, we should get a more quiet period after Sunday. Like I said, it does look like, between now and Sunday, more of an active pattern. So now as we look at temperatures finally, again, for tomorrow, we're looking at a warm day. Temperatures could get up into the 80s again for a lot of us, maybe even a few low 90s out west. Certainly possible. 70s far to the east in Iowa and Minnesota. And then on Friday, another hot day. 90s in the forecast possible. So we could see a return to that summertime heat. Late summer surge of hot air. And then by your weekend, Saturday could be another hot one. Mid-90s possible there. And then by Sunday, looks like Sunday will finally kind of, cold front will come through. Looks like finally some cooler weather possibly in store there by Sunday out west, and then eventually maybe Sioux Falls. But ahead of that front, looks like 80s to low 90s. So pretty warm forecast there. But again, by Sunday evening, could be in the low to mid 70s. So we could fall quite a bit in temps. And then on Monday, we could see another surge of warm air. We'll see what happens next week. Next week we could see more warm weather hanging around. At this point, it does look like model runs are suggesting that next week we could be seeing continuation of warm air, 80s and 90s possibly. So it does look like summer is not going away. At this point, it looks like we are going to be dealing with this for a while. In terms of the warm, hot summer, late summer air. Now, real quick, European model, I wanted to just glance at this. This is showing kind of the same story again tomorrow. 80s in the forecast, maybe a couple low 90s out west. And then Friday, 80s again in the forecast. It's kind of the theme of this forecast, mainly in the 80s across much of our region, but a few spots could hit the low 90s and some spots will be in the 70s as well. Just depends on where you're at on the map. But it's kind of just different day to day. And then on Saturday, maybe some low 90s in our region, but overall upper 80s look to be near Sioux Falls. And then on Sunday, 60s and 70s on the backside. Looks like low to mid 80s on the front side of this system. And then again, we'll see what happens next week. Next week could also be on the warm side. But that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. We are also very active on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Be sure to follow our social media profiles. We are active on those. So that's the latest here. We'll be back for another video tomorrow. Stay safe out there as always, and have a great night.